Rami X back with another video. Because I'll enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, especially if you are new to the channel, as I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of September. But with that being said, make sure to like, share the video to your friend, likes, videos, or just anime content in general, subscribe to new here. And if I didn't already say this, check out my second channel down below, Rami XZ, where I also post what ifs and discussion videos. But with that out of the way, we can now get into the recap. So in the last part, what if Naruto and Ancient Dojutsu part 3, or part 2, my bad. This is part 3, just so you guys know and are aware. But with that being said, in the last part, what if Naruto and Ancient Dojutsu part 2, we left off with Naruto basically getting ready to fight Zabuza and Haku, and that's basically self-explanatory, so we'll pick up from there. Naruto now clenched his fist as he stared into the eyes of Zabuza. Not Haku, but Zabuza, the person who he saw as more as a threat, but also he could not really stare into the eyes of Haku, as Haku's face was covered by a mask, though potentially you could say his eyes were truly what was behind the mask. Depends on your perception, or, you know, your interpretation. But Naruto's interpretation was that he was looking at the bigger threat, the bigger person and the stronger person, at least in his mind, that being Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the Mist Village, former 7 ninja swordsman who carries the executioner's blade at his side, a blade that can heal with blood. Anyhow, Naruto would then start to walk towards Zabuza, as Zabuza would smirk, grabbing his blade. "Get out of my way, kid," Zabuza would ask, as Naruto would continue to walk forward, now pulling a fist back, getting ready to punch Zabuza. Zabuza would say that he doesn't like to kill kids, but when they get in his way, it can't be helped. Naruto would continue to walk forward, as his punch would now be fully pulled back. He would then hit Zabuza before Zabuza could unsheathe his blade, as Zabuza would be sent flying. The punch behind Naruto's blow, or the strength behind it, was unimaginable, at least to Zabuza. For a mere child to have, it was insane. And Kakashi was also surprised at this. Was Naruto holding back during his fight? Because if he was, that would explain why his punch was able to send Zabuza flying so much. And maybe it's just me, but Zabuza seems like he's heavier than Kakashi. Yeah. But anyhow, back to the story. Naruto would then look over to Zabuza's subordinate, as he would ask him or her, as he didn't know the true identity of the person, if they think that Zabuza is still alive. Haku would nod his head yes. "I think that Master Zabuza is still alive. He wouldn't die so easily. Not at all." I see. Well then, thank you for the knowledge. Naruto would then put together a few hand signs, as he would use a jutsu that he had learned while training on unlocking his Dojutsu, and while those short instances that I talked about in the last part, where Naruto was able to unlock his Dojutsu through his meditation, he would spend that time training to learn jutsu with water style and wind style, like combination jutsus and things like that, as Naruto would use one. Naruto called this jutsu Water Wind Tornado. Wind would start to form from the ground, as they were very close to waves, so it was very easy for Naruto to manipulate a large amount of water. This water would then start to form a tornado-like size, or stature. It would basically form a tornado, as Naruto would use wind to create an actual tornado. Both of these tornadoes would then merge, creating a wind tornado of sorts, which would be very powerful. Naruto would then send this wind tornado towards Zabuza and in Zabuza's direction, as Haku would appear in front of Naruto's attack, now launching his own defensive jutsu to protect Master Zabuza, quote-unquote. Ice style. Magnificent rock dome of nothingness, Haku would say, as a massive dome would appear that would protect Zabuza and would defend against the attack, or so Haku thought. The dome would be broken, but the tornado's speed had vastly decreased. Zabuza was now up and aware of his surroundings, as he would cut the tornado in half. The tornado would now be sliced in two due to Zabuza's strength and force that he was able to, push out and into the attack or into Naruto's attack. So what would end up happening is that the remnants of the attack would destroy behind Zabuza, but Zabuza was left unscathed because he was able to cut through the attack with his blade. But back onto the fight. Zabuza would then tell Naruto that he was a fool to think that he could ever punch him and get away with it. Even if he's a kid, he chose the life of a ninja, so he should know what comes with it. What comes with it? Naruto would ask. What do you think comes with it? You're pretty knowledgeable, I must say. At least you look it. And that blade? Well, I'm not too sure about it, but it looks like it belongs to somebody noble or somebody special. Were you once somebody special? I suppose you could say that, Zabuza would say. I thought I would be right about that. Look at it. Look at that blade. It's massive. And, well, you're a rogue ninja, judging by your headband. Anyway, I just knew a massive blade like that had to belong to somebody special, or at least formally special. Get to the point, kid. Before I rip you apart, you did just punch me. I have a question. You said I signed up for this, or something like that, because I chose to be a ninja. What does being a ninja mean for you? I want to understand my enemy first, before I destroy my enemy. Do you really think that you can destroy me? I'm sure that if I put my mind to it, that if I work my hardest, that if I use teamwork and use my own willpower, I can easily defeat somebody like you. I suppose we'll have to see about that. But I suppose I can also answer your question. In my land, when you become a ninja and you join the academy, on the day of graduation, it is not a happy day. Why is that? Becoming a ninja was amazing for me and my comrades. Why not you and maybe even yours? Comrades, all the people who I had grown to love and care for within my academy class, I had to kill. Naruto would be at awe at this as he would grit his teeth. Had to kill? No, you lie. Everybody is in control of themselves, unless they're put under a genjutsu. Unless their mind is being taken advantage of. Unless their body is being used as if they were a puppet. No, you wouldn't understand. You are not from the Mist Village. You do not know what it is like. Naruto would be taken aback by this as he would decide to listen. Go on, Zabuza. That is your name, is it not? I realized that that blade, that rogue mist ninja, headband, and a few other things look similar to somebody I saw on the paper. A swordsman, I think. One of the 7 ninja swordsmen. Momochi Zabuza. Yes, that's me, but will you let me continue before I have to destroy you? Contrary to what you said, I don't think you can destroy me, so I'll be destroying you. Regurgitating statements, I see. Well, would you like to continue? I suppose. If you want to advance and become a ninja, what most people strive for in the Hidden Mist Village, where I come from, well, then you are forced to defeat every one of your fellow academy students. You must kill them. I wish I knew that before I befriended most of them, if not all of them. Then it would have been less painful, as I took my blade and cut through them. Why would you do such a thing? I was forced. Don't you understand yet? Don't you understand what I'm trying to say, Naruto? How did you know my name? What? How? How did you know my name? Naruto would say. Zabuza would raise an eyebrow at what Naruto had said. You told me your name earlier. Oh. You see, Naruto had actually told Zabuza's name when they had first met in their first encounter, which I explained that they did have their first encounter, like in canon, and this is their second encounter, like they had their first encounter in the second part. I explained that. And yeah, Naruto would then remember as he would calm down. I see. Well, would you like to continue? Would you like to continue? You were saying something. Oh, no, I'm fine. You go. Well, I was forced to do that. Tears filled my eyes as I had to defeat the people who I had grown to love, the people who I had grown to care for. You could call it sick and twisted fate. You could call it many words, actually. But, to be honest, I suppose that not everything in life is fair. You can't choose anything that you want to be true. Sometimes you must be able to create a reality for yourself. Before I defeat you, as I know I will kill you, and your team, do you have a goal, a dream, or something that you look forward to? Because if you do, and it's very simple, I might be able to accomplish it for you. My goal is not simple in the slightest. That's why I don't plan on dying before I accomplish it. I want to become Hokage. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You, some runt? Yeah, I may be a runt. Heck, I may even be weak. I may have placed, well, as the worst academy student. But mark my words, one day, that hat that all the Hokage wear will be on my head. And I will be up there. Up where? With all of those Hokage who are on this stone mountain. How their faces are engraved, always watching over the village that they were sworn to protect. No, that they are sworn to protect. I will protect everything and everyone. Do you think that you can do that all on your own? Do you think you'll never run into somebody who's stronger, better, faster? I do. And when I find that person, I'll gather up my strength. I'll muster up everything I have within to defeat them. Zabuza would smirk. Well, you've earned my respect. I'll make sure to bury you when I defeat you. Now, Zabuza would then fly right past Naruto as he would put away his blade. Anime style, if you will. Naruto would then fall on his knees, coughing up some blood, as he now had a wound basically going from his right shoulder to his stomach. Naruto had been cut by Zabuza's blade, and it was a severe injury, which was leaking blood and leaking blood fast. Naruto had also started to internal bleed, which is why he coughed up blood. Naruto is now on his knees as he looked up in the sky, asking for help, praying for it even, hoping and praying for the strength that he would be able to defeat such a foe that stood so high above him, that he'd be able to defeat a foe that was so powerful that he made Naruto fall to his knees in an instant, to be able to defeat a foe that... Something rose up within Naruto as he paused. A red, ominous chakra would fill Naruto's wounds as a voice would speak to Naruto. Naruto would pass out, per se, from loss of blood as he would appear in a dark room. No windows, no light, just darkness and a cage with many bars and a seal within. Who are you? No, what are you? Naruto would ask as the beast would stare at Naruto. We know this beast as the nine-tailed fox. Naruto would scratch the back of his head as he would laugh. So you're the beast that Mizuki had told me about. You're the reason he thinks that I couldn't become Hokage. Well, what do you think? Do you think I can become Hokage? I do not care for such dreams of normal people. I do not care for such dreams of mortals. Then what are you if you don't care about dreams? Especially the dreams of mortals. I am chakra itself, created by Nine Tails, or Kurama, whatever you want to call him, would basically show his teeth as he would decide to not say who he was created by. We know his creator to be Hagoromo, the Sage of Six Paths, but Naruto doesn't know that, or Naruto doesn't need to know that per se. Anyhow, the Nine Tails would then continue. You've been wounded. I heard your speech about becoming quote-unquote Hokage, about running into an enemy that you'd have to muster up your inner strength to beat. I am inside of you. I see, Naruto would say. So are you saying that you're my inner strength? I am not your inner strength. Not in the slightest. I am merely something that resides in you for the moment. Kurama would grit his teeth. I will break you apart limb from limb, and I will escape this seal that wretched fourth Hokage placed on me. Smoke would drift away from Kurama's mouth. How angry was he, Naruto thought to himself as sweat would drip down his forehead. Wait, you mentioned fourth Hokage. Did he do this to you? Did he put you within my body? Yes, why? Wait, what? That makes no sense. Why me? Does he really not know? Kurama thought to himself. His teeth showing as they were wide as a feline or a cat or a fox. A giant fox. It's none of your concern, boy. Now, do you want power or not? Do I want power? I can give you the power that you need to defeat this Zabuza. Really? Well, then I accept. I need to defeat him. He endangers my squad. Well, then come here. Accept my power. Naruto's body would be surrounded with red chakra, as Naruto would feel as if he was suffocating. This chakra would then seep into Naruto's body as Naruto in the real world, or out of his subconscious, would awaken, his eyes now slit-like and pink. Why? Naruto would say, as he would stand up, looking behind him and now at the Zabuza, who was now confused at how Naruto was able to stand from such an injury. This is no ordinary boy, Zabuza thought to himself. Why did you think that one mere slash from your blade could defeat me? Zabuza's eyes would widen. What is this? Zabuza would drop his blade as he felt the presence of the Nine Tails. Even people as great as Shin Uchiha, who far outclasses this Zabuza, was scared of the Nine Tails' presence. So, no wonder Zabuza dropped his blade. Zabuza would look around as he realized the situation he was in, and realized that Naruto's subordinates were fighting Haku, and he was still dealing with this runt. But said runt was able to survive a cut from him that would wound any person, adult or kid. Zabuza would grit his teeth as he would put his blade out in front of him, now pushing chakra onto his blade. Zabuza would then pull back his blade for a final cut as he would push it into Naruto, or jab it into him, whatever you want to call it. Naruto would take this blow as it would send him flying, as he would quickly appear back in front of Zabuza. You'll need to do a little more than that. Zabuza would smirk. Well, then I will. Zabuza would push now all of his chakra into the blade, as he would slam it into Naruto, as Naruto would catch it with 4 of his fingers, now holding onto this blade. His 5th finger, or his thumb to be more exact, would be under the blade as he got a grip on the blade. Naruto would then crush the blade in half as Zabuza's sword would fall to the ground. Naruto would smirk as he would tell Zabuza that he was right. he could destroy him with his inner power. But Naruto doesn't know what this... Naruto's body felt as if it was now not in control. The Nine-Tails was so powerful that it was able to control Naruto. Naruto's will wasn't strong enough, or so the Nine-Tails thought. Naruto would grit his teeth as he would start to get control over the Nine-Tails yet again, the Nine-Tails' power. Naruto would realize that even though the Nine-Tails had offered him the power, he needed to control it, and if he didn't, then the beast that lurked within him would be let loose. If this beast was why Mizuki thought he couldn't become Hokage, then he needed to get a grip on its power. He needed to show the people that it could be tamed. Naruto's eyes would widen as he would grit his teeth even harder. Now, his mouth would start to bleed. We've commonly seen many people do this, as they grit their teeth so hard that their mouths would start to bleed. And this would happen with Naruto. Naruto would then get a grip as we would see Naruto defeat Zabuza. Zabuza's blade would fall, and Naruto would now stand over Zabuza, with the Nine-Tails taking control as he would grab Zabuza's blade. This is now the Nine-Tails doing this and emulating his emotions, if you will, through Naruto. Naruto, as Kurama, if you will, would then be about to stab Zabuza as Haku would get in the way, punching Naruto. Naruto would be hit by this attack as it would merely only tilt Naruto's head. Naruto would then put his head back into position as he stared calmly at Haku. Naruto would then grit his teeth as he looked into the sky, his eyes now rolling into the back of his head as he would fall on his knees, and then his whole body would collapse. He would pass out. On the other hand here, Haku and Zabuza have now been defeated and the battle has come to a close. Since Haku was just fighting Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura, he was already pretty worn out, and now that he's been stabbed by Naruto, kinda Kurama, hard to explain, I guess you could say, both, if you will, he is now on his last legs, and now on the ground beside Zabuza, as they have both fallen. Zabuza would ask Haku how he had been defeated, as Haku would explain, or how he'd been defeated, as Haku would explain. Zabuza would be surprised, as he would smirk. It appears that I could not carry out my dream. It appears that Yagura will not be stopped by me. Maybe another warrior will kill him. Maybe somebody else chosen by fate will emerge. I thought this boy was just some ordinary kid. But it turns out he's the Jinchuriki of the Leaf Village. Jinchuriki. Everybody around Zabuza thought, except for Kakashi, of course, as at this current moment, Sakura, Sasuke, and Tazuna are all around Naruto, and Zabuza as well as Haku. Naruto would then wake up as he would look into the sky, immediately passing out as he was too tired to even look around and muster up the strength to speak. Zabuza would then continue. That chakra he used is so similar to the Mizukage's. It seems that I was careless. I let a kid defeat me. He wasn't an ordinary kid, like you said. It's not defeat. It's merely a loss. That's defeat, Haku. Don't worry, it's okay. But I don't know. Do you think that we'll die here? Maybe. That depends on what will happen. Naruto would then fully awake, eyes wide, as his Uzumaki healing had, kicked in. As he would look around, seeing Zabuza and standing frantically, Naruto would then drop to one knee as he would grab his stomach area, as he had realized that his wound hadn't fully healed, and that it was only starting to close due to his Uzumaki healing regen, and the Nine-Tails' effects due to the cloak that was on Naruto. Naruto would grit his teeth as he would stand to his feet, putting his hand in front of Zabuza. What are you doing, kid? Stand up and fight for the village. What village? I'm not joining your crappy village, if that's what you're saying. No, not at all, though I do not agree. Our village is splendid, amazing, exciting, extraordinary. But I want you to protect this village. What? Zabuza would yell out, surprised that Naruto would even make a claim. Do you mean the land of waves? Yes. Hell no, I'm not becoming their leader. Yeah, do it. Atone for your sins. You talked to me earlier, and I understand that you have a goal. Maybe you can accomplish it faster, with people at your side. I was once taught by my sensei. Do you agree that my sensei is powerful? Yes, why? Do you agree that powerful people know and have knowledge? Great knowledge, in fact? Well, I'm powerful, so yes. Well, then you should believe me. He told me that teamwork is necessary for a ninja to accomplish their dreams. Kakashi would smile under his mask, knowing that Naruto had truly taken to heart everything that he had said. As Naruto would continue, so, why not build up ninja, get ninja, and create a village strong enough and something worth protecting? I know you might not have the greatest relationship with your subordinate here, but maybe he'll keep you running. Maybe knowing that he's alive will keep you alive. And knowing that you now have more than just him to protect. Knowing that you have a whole village to protect. It will help you survive, help you accomplish your goal faster. Zabuza would smirk. You know what, kid? You're right. I'll become this village's Kage. And with that, Zabuza will become the Mist Village's Kage, with Haku being his Kage subordinate, and the Hidden Ways Village just getting a lot of, more ninja, since people are going to start becoming ninja. People from outside of the Hidden Waves are going to start becoming ninja. Bandits are going to start becoming ninja, but there's still Gato. Gato will be easily dealt with by Team 7. I see no reason why he wouldn't be, as he was kind of in canon, though you could say Zabuza attributed to a lot of the casualties in that fight against Gato, but it really just depends on your standpoint on it or your viewpoint. But with that being said, I do see the Leaf Ninja, that being Team 7, now returning to the Leaf Village, or the Hidden Leaf Village, whatever you want to call it. But anyhow, I see all the events of the canon going normally from here to the Forest of Death, as the writing exam, or the written exams, would still go the same, and things of the sort. Anyhow, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would now be running through the forest, as they would feel a presence like none other, an evil and monstrous presence. We know this presence to be that of one of the legendary Sanin, Orochimaru. This presence would then stop in front of them, as Naruto would pause, telling his team to pause as well, as they would slowly advance. Now in front of them was a man with black hair that was very long, pale skin, snake-like vibes, if you will, and interesting eyes, to say the least. Naruto stared down this person, who he didn't know if he could call him even a person, but person nevertheless. As Naruto would clench his fist, and this person would lick their lips. And with that being said, this has been What If Naruto Had an Ancient Dojutsu Part 3. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to like, share the video with your friends, like, what ifs, or just anime content in general. Subscribe if you're new here, as I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of September. But with that being said, check out my channel down below, my second channel, where I also post what ifs and discussion videos, and Rami X. Oh.